Hello, St. James School. This week, yet again, we are going to have a combined upper and lower school community meeting. The reason is very straightforward. Some really important things happen in our country and in our city and in our neighborhood this week, and we need to come together however we can as a community to work through these times and to become the best that we can after them. For us to do that, we need to bring our lower school and upper school together. We need to bring all of our adults together, and we need to use love to bring us forward. Now, we can't actually all be together yet, right? We can't go down to the dining room and pray and do all of the things we usually would do. So instead, let this community meeting together online help to have that feeling. I want to start off with some shout outs for the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade today. First, 6th grade. Your attendance in community circles and study halls last week was absolutely incredible. So many of you came prepared with questions and work to do, and without a doubt in my mind, Mr. Gurol and I know you are ready for the upper school. My 5th graders, the organization that I've been seeing from you guys recently is really on a whole new level. I'm seeing a lot of my students using Jupyter as a checklist of what they need to do and communicating before, during, and after work to make sure that they're on task. Guys, you're ready for 6th grade. 4th grade friends, Miss Padilla just cannot stop talking about what a great job you're doing with all of your reading, writing, grammar, and mathematics. Excellent job staying focused on your work. Excellent work with your communication. Let's keep all of these skills strong. I cannot wait for you to be 5th graders next year. Thank you, St. James.
Good afternoon, upper school. Woo! We are coming to you live from St. James School, your school. Miss Brake and I are taking a little work break, just swinging a little bit. We got 3 shout outs for you today. The first one is, drum roll, Shakeem! Want to know why? It's Shakeem's birthday tomorrow.
Actually, it was Shakeem's birthday a couple days ago because you're going to see this on Monday.
Such a good point, Miss
His
Brake.
birthday's on Saturday.
Such a good point. Thank you for pointing that out. So everyone, please, if you have not already done so, reach out to Shakeem and tell him happy birthday. We got another shout out for you today. The second shout out is Zaire. Zaire, we want to shout you out for always coming to your community circles, for being on those study halls, for being wonderful. We miss you and we love you. Shout out to Zaire.
Oh.
Our third shout out for this week, Miss Brake is pumped about it. Woo! Is Adrian. First of all, your artwork is beautiful and we love to see it. Miss Brake especially. Look at her go. We also want to shout you out for bringing back your textbooks like you were supposed to, and for watching the music video. Adrian said she loved it, so everyone else check it out just like Adrian. We love and miss you. Don't we, Miss Brake? Woo!
Good morning, lower school. It's Miss Padilla coming at you. And this week I have the current event of the week. With everything going on, I wanted to focus our current event on St. James. Because we just had our scholarship benefit last night and it featured so many of you, and we couldn't do this without you students. And so I encourage you to go to St. James website, or if you or your family members have Facebook, please go to the St. James School Facebook or website and check out our video. It features so many of you, and you just continue to make us proud. So to me, you are our current event of the week. We love you all so much. We love your families, and we can't wait to be back in the classroom with you. See you later, lower school.
Hi, upper school. It's so great to see you guys here on YouTube checking out our community meeting. I am giving you guys the current event of the week. Now, as you can imagine, there are about 10,000 current events that I could choose from. And it was pretty much impossible for me to pick just one that would be important enough to share with all of you. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna give you guys 5 quick resources so that you can find those current events on your own. Now, I know a lot of you get news from TikTok or Instagram or social media somewhere, and while that can be a really great way to see quick snapshots of basic stories, a lot of it isn't going to be accurate. Some of those hot takes you see from people on the internet aren't going to be completely accurate and give the full picture of what's really going on. So particularly for you 8th graders who are about to head into high school, who are about to start meeting new people and experiencing new things, I really want you to have the resources to find news stories that are going to be accurate, reliable, and give you a full picture of what's really going on in the world. The first one is an easy one. You guys already know it. Hopefully you already use it every day because it's your assignment for ELA West. News ELA is one of my favorite resources for kid-friendly, age-appropriate, and easy-to-read articles. That's the most important part for me. So News ELA will adapt to your reading level, but they pull all of those stories from real news sites like the New York Times and the Washington Post. Speaking of the Washington Post, you can head to Kids Post. The link is down in the notes. In the Kids Post, they have age-appropriate stories that still relate to real things that are going on in the world. So you can check out some of those headlines that both include some good and fun and silly news, but also real news about what's going on in the world, like the protests that have been happening over the past couple of weeks. You can also check out newsforkids.net, which has a wider range of different kinds of stories from around the world. So stories from Russia, from Japan, from the African savanna, all about those animals that need help there. So go ahead and check out some of those international stories on newsforkids.net. A couple other ones that I really enjoyed when I was looking in are more fun and sort of teen appropriate sites. So there's one called CBC Kids News that I thought was really fun. They give you a quick recap of the news every Friday, along with a bunch of videos, photo galleries, and headlines that have to do with topics that would interest teens. So questions about pride and lots of stories about COVID-19, things that will really help you understand what's going on without overwhelming you with scientific fact words that might be more appropriate for adults. The last one is on YouTube. It's called Teen Kids News, and they've got a longer recap of the news every Friday, along with short recaps along the way of quick headlines, like if you want to become a youth activist, here's how you get started, stuff like that. So I've asked Miss Carol to put all of those sites down in the notes so that you can follow them and check out some news stories of your own so that you can decide what the current event is of the week. Thank you, Upper School.
Hello, Lower School. For this week's video of the week, I have a link in the description to a video about the removal of the Frank Rizzo statue from across City Hall. And I think it's a good example of what a peaceful protest, voices shouting out for something we all believe in, what it can do. The removal of that statue signifies progress in the sense of everything that mayor stood for, and racism and police brutality, hopefully being ushered out for new, more progressive, more caring, more inclusive attitudes. So the link for that is in the description. If you have any questions, let me know.
Hello, St. James Upper School. It's great to be able to share this time with you today. After everything we've all experienced in the last few weeks, I hope you are all taking care of your hearts and your safety and your schoolwork. And I'm looking forward to celebrating graduation for the 8th graders and encouraging you all to carry in your hearts our community caring and goals as we go through these times and lean heavily on the messages of the beloved community and our guideposts for behavior and love and creating the world as a better place than we came into it. Much of that will be your work going forward, as it is for all of us every day. I'd like to share Bishop Curry's message of hope and resilience and steadfastness for a guide that we can all hear and carry in our hearts. Be well this summer, be safe. I hope to see you in July, and God bless.
James School. For today's social skill, I would like for you to consider again talking about communication. Last week, with all of the different things that happened in our city and our country as people reacted to the murder of George Floyd, there were a lot of feelings, thoughts, and ideas going around. So in addition to knowing how to share what you would like to say, this week I want to focus in on the characteristics of a good listener. How can you be a good listener for your classmates, friends, and family members? A few things that are helpful. Eye contact can be meaningful during conversations to show that you're paying attention, but you could also say, sorry, I'm not looking at you right now, I am listening, and just be really transparent and open. Next, it's important to listen to the other person's story or side of something just to hear it, not with a plan to say something back. Sometimes when we do that, we spend the whole time that we could have been listening preparing our response, and then we don't really get to hear our friends and our family quite as well. And finally, as always, share that mic and speak your truth. When you set the boundaries and the guidelines that you expect honesty, listening, and respect in your life, you will get that honesty, listening, and respect returned unto you. I hope you have a good week this week. It has been a blast to do your community meetings over the past few months, and I cannot wait to see you all soon. Thank you, St. James.
Good afternoon, Upper School. I'm here with your word of the week, reconciliation. You've heard Father Kellner say it. You've heard Mr. Lee say it. You've heard S. Carroll say it. What's reconciliation? So I Googled it, and there's lots of stuff you can find, but one thing I liked, it said there are 3 steps to reconciliation if you want to reconcile a relationship. The first step is to look within yourself. The second step, look within the other person. And then after you do those 2 things, it says you just need to communicate. So I'm thinking a lot about reconciliation. I hope you are. And if you got any questions, ask.
Hi, Lower School. I am wearing my favorite flower shirt and my favorite flower earrings so that we can talk about our plant of the week. Our plant of the week is flowers. Flowers hold special meanings. I'm sure you've seen in movies that if someone gives you a rose, it's a symbol of love, but other flowers have meanings too. So I chose 3 really important flowers to send a message to St. James. Let's get started. So this first flower is a purple flower called a bittersweet. A bittersweet is a symbol of truth, and we seek the truth every day at St. James. When we speak our truth at community circles, when we look for the hard answers in difficult questions in religion, when we read in social studies and ELA, when we seek answers in our labs together in science, and when we solve problems in math, we seek the truth. And the truth is what is going to hold people accountable, and it's what's going to create a strong future for ourselves. The second flower that I chose is a black-eyed Susan. A black-eyed Susan is this yellow flower with the black center, and it is a symbol for justice. Justice is something that you've been seeing in the news that people are constantly fighting for, but especially now, because everyone has a voice, everyone deserves to be heard, everyone deserves justice. This is a powerful flower, and it is a reminder to us to keep fighting for what's right. The last flower that I chose for us is a daisy. It's actually the one on my earrings, and I keep it on the pop socket of my phone. A daisy is a symbol of hope. St. James is a huge symbol of hope for me because I have hope in each and every one of you and the work that we do together. I have hope in Mr. McDonough and Mr. Kasevich and the staff that we are working to keep each other safe and hold each other accountable. And I have a hope that one day we will get to see each other again and continue doing the amazing work that we've already started. So that is my message for you, St. James, to keep seeking the truth, keep fighting for justice, and to keep having hope in one another. We're a strong community and we can't do it alone. I love you so much. Stay safe, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye, Lower School.
Hello, St. James. It's Mr. McDonough with 4 announcements. Number 1, Today, on Thursday, June the 4th, Philadelphia announced that it's moving from red to the yellow phase for COVID-19. That means that some of the restrictions are being loosened, but it is still important, even in the yellow phase, to keep 6 feet social distancing and to wear a mask outside. So please be safe. Number 2, the Artsonia Art Showcase takes place tomorrow on Friday, June the 5th. Please be sure to check it out. Number 3, students in grades 7 and 8, please be sure to return your math textbooks next week to Miss LaRue on Tuesday or Thursday. And the 4th and final announcement, the June 4th June family letter is now on Jupiter. So please make sure to check that out. It's got lots of information about our July summer camp. And next week, each of you, your family, are going to receive a phone call to talk about the options for summer camp for each of you for July. Okay? So I look forward to talking with you. Please be safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye, St. James.